There we go. Cool. We're live now because JD's got a big meeting to go to where he's gonna make us all look dumb with how much capital he's gonna raise.
Why would you put me on the spot like that, Muck?
It's like, shit, it's been a great day for me. Yesterday was fun. Tesla, I was in some really, really low puts in Tesla, got out of those before end of the day, and then switched and bought some really kind of out of the money Tesla calls. Trying to work a strategy of what I've seen. I don't have any mathematical proof on this. It's just my years of trading. I feel like when a stock is rallying into the close before numbers, they miss, and when a stock is selling off dramatically into the close before numbers, they generally hit. Like I said, no mathematical evidence to support that, just from what I've seen with these two things for 15 years. And that yesterday was 420. I was really high. So.
You hear that, Mark? That's wonderful insights from you.
It works. It works. The market makers will kind of tell you, you know what I mean? Like if they think it's going to rally, they think the number is going to beat, they would rather have it sell off into the close than they would have it rally into the close and rally higher. I don't know. I think it's just like I said, it's a theory that I'm working on, and I have no mathematical proof behind it. I don't know if I can.
Lefty, what's going on? What's going on in bonds?
They're spooked. They got spooked today. I don't even know why. Just to be honest, I don't find Daly's comments to be something out of the ordinary. I don't think Powell said anything that would catch me off guard. Vol came off a little bit for the last few days. Then we make a move down. I mean, 3 points up yesterday in the ultras, 2 points down today. It's not like we're not moving around. It's just there's no skew out there. There's no fear in the puts. There's no fear in the calls. Like where's the? It kind of feels lifeless. I am not surprised by the Netflix news. I am surprised by Netflix found out that competition is a real thing, so that when Disney and Hulu and Paramount and Peacock and Pluto and whatever, right? There's no barrier to entry. These guys can all play. Yeah. Tesla's interesting. I saw that they once again led the entire world in credits received by the government at 640 mil, give or take. But they did beat top and bottom, which is impressive. Muck, good job on your trades. That's fantastic. Yeah, I'm kind of sitting here curious. When Daly spoke at like 10:45 my time, I think it was, we fully priced in 275 in the D's contract. We're at 50 basis points. We're talking about 275, 225 basis points higher. That feels stretchy, like super stretchy. The last time we were up there was mid-housing crisis of 08, as we were trying to rapidly cut rates to give us some breathing room. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, I'm a strong proponent. I've said it on here. I've tweeted it a bunch. I don't believe we can get rates to that level. I just don't. I don't see how you get them there. I don't see how we pay the interest rate on those, but they're hell bent on moving it. I did think that the headline from Goldman this week that they see the real risk of a recession at 35% in the next 12 to 24 months is a little bit of it's a red flag, right? If I'm an investor, that's an interesting red flag that's starting to come out. Inflation's hot, recession. real wages are declining. You hear tight labor market, but you see tons of unemployed. So yeah, any rate, happy Thursday or whatever today is.
I think it is the Thursday.
All day. The other thing that I found interesting that I really have not spent time to get my hands around, although I think Bloomberg had a piece on it yesterday after I had kind of highlighted it to. I had heard from a friend who is well positioned to watch these things. Was talking about the yen, um, and the yen having problems holding elevation. Anybody have any insights or thoughts on that? I mean, I just don't. I mean,
The
I have to confess that I'm ignorant of it. Other than I've asked the right people questions, I have an article to read.
the Japanese Fed just came out and said that they're willing to buy any maturities at any yield. I mean, it seems like they're doing forever QE. I mean, I could be wrong. I literally read that it was in one group chat I was in where they said that they're buying anything.
I think they've been saying. Have they said? Is that any different than what they've been saying to date?
They just came out. It was a new press release. So I don't know.
But,
I mean,
but I guess what I'm saying is, isn't that press release just merely a reiteration of what they've said before?
yeah, I don't think they could ever tighten. Or maybe I don't know. That's a nice shirt. Is that a bunny with a bunny skull?
I think it's Psycho Bunny is the brand. Now, I wasn't trying to do that. I've been trying to move my computer around because I got too much shit on my desk, and I didn't prepare to have it on this side, and I was blocking out my other terminal, and the cord isn't long. Yeah, I got issues, man. I got issues.
Yeah. Do you use the whiteboard in the back to draw out your trades?
No, not often. Back in the day, whiteboards were key when in my prior life.
Yeah.
I used to
I
do
get
a
it.
lot of M&A.
I don't know if
M&A.
I don't know if anyone's noticed, but the entire market has sold off today. I mean, Apple's threatening to go red. From a high of 171 and a half all the way down to red. I mean, that's a pretty big swing in Apple.
Well, I was very surprised by the subsequent reaction to the Netflix news. Netflix came out, earnings were good. I think I was commenting to my brother, who apparently he was sitting on a put. He's made money today. He was sitting in puts. I'm sure that the people that went long hauls into the news made money. So
Well,
everybody that kind of exited properly made money. But
Netflix got drubbed again today because Ackman dumped his entire stake this morning, so that knocked it down even more.
Well, there's a bunch of I mean, there's a bunch of people selling, but I think I guess what I expected to see, honestly, after Netflix news hit, was I really fully expected to see Europe take us up to 14.3 again overnight. I expected to wake up and see about 14.280 or something. I usually get up about 4 Eastern time. And it wasn't anywhere close, obviously. And boy, oh boy, there was a little bit of buy at the open, the cash open on the U.S. side, and then they sold the shit out of it. I mean, it's been relentless.
I mean, I expected the market on the Tesla beat. I expected the market to really rally and have a sustained rally all day, but I mean, shit, even Tesla's come down pretty hard today. I mean, it's only up. I mean, it's up 44 points, but compared to where it was at and where it should be at for a beat, 4.5% up. I mean, that seems kind of small. I thought we'd be holding that 1,050 to 1,100 mark on Tesla today. We didn't get near 1,100. It's a weird market. I don't I just don't understand why. We know what the Fed wants to do, or at least we think we know what the Fed wants to do. Why does the reiteration of every Fed governor coming out and saying they want to raise rates until we can't take it anymore affect it? I feel like they've said that 1,000 fucking times. Ballard, yeah, every time Ballard opens his mouth, it's like, oh, I'm going to force more rate down.
Bullard?
Bullard, yeah.
Bullard, Ballard, so let's say to you.
It is. I mean, what's he gonna say next? We're gonna do a 100 bip hike, and you're gonna like it. I mean, he said 50, then he said we're not taking 75 off the table, and he keeps pounding the table. So now I feel like, can they even do a quarter of a bip? Are they're painting themselves into a fucking corner of just trying to kill everyone to maybe not kill everyone?
Remember, we like to work with as few bullets as possible. The reason that we're stuck down here is because we ran out of bullets to cut. The reason that we're painting ourselves into the corner again is because we're running out of bullets to even pretend like we're going to do something other than what we're saying. So, yeah, the rate piece, yesterday we were all green. Today we're all red. And that's yield curve, treasury complex, and all the way out. The only thing that was slightly red yesterday were back end Fed funds, but it wasn't much. It was, it's settlement BS. So, for me, again, the equity piece is interesting because you have 5 or 6, 7, 8, 10 big dogs that drive this market, and everybody else is getting pissed on. I'll tell you what, Facebook being down under 190, I talked about this a couple shows ago, but you're going to trigger this event where compensation for the last 3 to 5 years is going to be negative. So that's going to happen in the tech sector. That's going to happen in a lot of places. But the big doggies are like Facebook. When you start to see this, you're like, huh, interesting. Where's the exodus? Who can get to the door fast enough to save themselves, to keep any bit of their retained earnings, whatever you want to call it, these options that are struck against God knows when, and you have another 4 years till they exercise, but all of a sudden they're underwater. And that's been a huge part of your compensation. And I know there's some tax pieces in that as well that I'm not smart enough to know. That's why I pay accountants. But so I think that's interesting. Again, that Goldman Tall at 35% seems very low.
How do you feel about your sector being down? My sector is pure red today. Bob's sector is up a fucking quarter. Crude
is Bob our commodities crude, or where are we going for Bob?
Light sweet crude is green today, barely. But
it was
fucking red yesterday.
Pre-nap, it was like at 104, but shit, I went to sleep.
I
think it's a
market like this though, like where equities are getting slaughtered, treasuries are getting slaughtered, and commodities are getting slaughtered. Normally something's rallied pretty good, but it seems like everything is off. Nasdaq's down 200. I mean, the Dow down 100, and almost 50 on SPOOs. Gold's down $10. This is just mental for me. I've never seen just everything shit. I mean, assuming the dollar's up. I don't have the dollar on my screen, but someone's gonna be like, "Oh, the dollar's up. Something's up at least." But
it's not a pretty picture out there. The world is changing. I don't know. I saw our buddy Zero Hedge, who's become ever less relevant, mention, is this the day the Fed loses control? I mean, that's just
Bob. I need to poke that a little bit. Tell me why Zero Hedge is less relevant. I have my own answer.
No, I mean, I just think that well, he's kind of devolved into. I mean, he's obviously it has had questionable relevance since when 2008, when he kept telling us everything was going to blow up, everything was going to blow up. I mean, well, it's like it's kind of like the guy that says, "Well, I'm short this stock." Well, you can short it until you're way past when you're solvent. And I mean, do I question many of the things, very same things he questions? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I guess I have found him ever more tiresome that he's kind of launched into the whole political media kind of bullshit.
But
That I find tiresome
I don't think
because I
it's
don't think he's
all.
very good at it.
I don't think it's all just him. I think there's a group of them.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know there's a group of them.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand Tyler Durden's not a guy.
Some,
I know.
some of them are better written than others. That's all I can say.
That is unequivocally true.
But yeah, I
Yeah,
remember when everything was about that. Like what new hit piece was coming out from Zero Hedge, and everyone was
yeah.
reading it.
Again, I think this speaks to the speed of information. That the faster the information hits the cycle. I mean, we were watching home movies. My daughter came home for Easter, and we were watching movies from like 03, 04, 05. And it's like, how did you find this place? Oh, I looked it up on the internet, and we rented it through the internet. Can you believe that? I'm like, oh yeah, the speed of information has it's Moore's law, right? It has 10x'd in 15 years. And all of a sudden you're sitting there thinking, oh yeah, Tyler or Zero Hedge had the market cornered for a while because they had the fastest pipeline to information. Now information hits everywhere with equal speeds. And so it's like, all right, cool. I also think I think the political angle is interesting, Bob. I hadn't thought of that one. I would have said they are compromised from a market integrity standpoint. They used to just be really, really tight on market stuff. Just every single market. They were tight. They had a guy at Goldman. They had a mole at Morgan. They had somebody over in Japan. They had somebody working in the Russian desk, right? That were just constantly sending them good stuff. And now the speed of information, and you're right, they've expanded. Yeah, neither here nor there. But
No, I think your points are very well taken. I mean, you used to, irrespective of his general feel, you used to be able to get really good information from there. The stuff that was worthy of reading anyway. You could discount it or take it or leave it, but you're absolutely right. The stuff, I mean, I used to find it kind of a must read. Now it's just kind of a nuisance, you know.
The ads, there's too many ads for me to like get super
Oh
when I
my
try to read
God,
it.
forget that. Forget
I'm like,
that.
oh
Yeah.
shit, gold's going to 4,000 an ounce. Oh, I gotta get in on this. Like, oh, I can put
just
my
just
IRA to all gold.
just
Yes.
wait till the side banner's nothing but shit coins, and then you'll be like, oh yes, have 1,000.
Yeah.
Well, I just made. By the way, that last trade was a little bit accrued. I think we're going to see back over 103 here even before we're done.
Awesome.
We're right. We're like 102.80 right now. It just jumped to. It jumped almost. Well, I guess it jumped over 103. I got out at 91, but
I like it. I
Yeah.
don't like the idea that Biden claims that Putin is the reason that crude's up there. I think that's
well,
hilarious.
he's foolish. I mean, allow me because you know that I spend a lot of time in politics to talk a little bit about Joe Biden. And since I'm the only one with gray hair here, I can
I
talk
got
about him.
grays. I cut them off.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
getting them in my beard.
Well,
So
there's no way I can cut them off without just going fully global. But anyway, Joe Biden was dumb when I was in law school. When I was in college, he was dumb. He's never been a bright guy. He was never a terribly bright guy. He almost failed out of Syracuse Law School. He graduated seventh to last in his class at Syracuse Law School. So all his bullshit aside, even when he was there, he wasn't there. He wasn't a bright guy. He's from a very small state, Delaware, very unique amongst the 50 states, in that there's A, not a lot of space, and B, not a lot of population. And he always thought more highly of himself than anyone else did. And he always has been prone to saying dumbass shit. So now his internal politicos are so concerned he's going to say something stupid, because not only is he prone to that, but now he's just fucking old. I mean, isn't the guy 79 fucking years old? I mean, are we going to go? I guess we're going to kind of just, we're going to have, like, we've got Trump and Biden. And I think in this fucking country, this is what you give me the choice between these two clowns. I mean, Donald Trump is an absolute failure at business. I have followed this fucking guy since I was 15 years old. I shouldn't speak. I know a lot more than I can say, but
yeah, Bob, we don't want you getting killed.
Well, no, it's not. It's not that. I don't want to say things that I know personally, but I mean, he's terrible. He's terrible. He's a dope. He's a dopey. I mean, what the whole show? What was the millionaire show? You want to be a millionaire? No. What was it?
Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? You mean The Apprentice? When he was
The Apprentice. The Apprentice. The Apprentice. You know what that was based on? The guy that bought that show. You know what that was? It was based on a UK show that one might expect was a send-up show, which was, you put like a guy that was a failure, but a kind of a monumental failure, in this spot of being this big wig businessman. And that's what Trump was supposed to be. So it was kind of supposed to be a tongue-in-cheek laugh at the guy. But of course, Americans have no, have no sense of irony. They didn't get it. They took it seriously. They think he's a real businessman. He's a businessman, all right. He's just not a businessman. Never been. Never.
I guess my thing with my last straw that I try not to even engage with Lefty when he posts political stuff anymore, because my back has been broken, was Biden blaming the oil companies and essentially saying that they're price gouging, and the oil companies being like, well, no, we can't really drill anymore. We don't have anywhere.
We're not allowed to use our pipeline.
Yeah, like we can't do a lot. And then Biden was like, oh yeah, we'll work on it. And then a week, I shit you not, like a week ago, they fucking limited even more federal lands. They took away even more federal lands that you could drill on. Like, they removed another 1,500 permits and said, like, no, you can't drill on this land. But yet you want to shit on people like Exxon and all them for oil when you won't let people drill for oil. Like, it's all Putin's fault. I like that. Just blame everything.
It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. We got two criminal gangs.
First it was Trump, now it's Putin. The COVID. Let's keep it going.
Yeah. Okay. So I got about 2 minutes here. Again, I have not met, and I live in a super blue area. Super blue. Like, you shouldn't even vote if you're red, which is fine. I don't know people. I mean, I know maybe a handful of people that are Trump supporters that live in my immediate vicinity, right? You can support whoever you like. I voted for Kanye. Happy to pull that. Again, we talked about this. I have not found people in general around me that can tell me positive things that Biden has done for them since coming into office. Cannabis here in Illinois is legal, and it is now the 485th day or whatever it is that he has reneged on his campaign promise to decriminalize it and to expunge all these guys in prison for dealing a half an ounce of dope. Like, who cares? Like, what are you talking about? Like, even the little things he's lost faith on. I saw a tweet this morning, I think by Rudy, who's one of the best follows on all of Twitter. he said that one of the best things about Biden is that he has a nonsensical VP that just sounds stupid. It's like, yeah, no kidding. I mean, this woman can't even talk. There aren't sentences that come out that are in structure. My fourth grader can write more coherently than she can. Disappointed all around. But boys, I've got to do a little pitch here. I'm trying to set up a brand new, trying to set some brand new stuff up. If either of you can answer one of my last tweets in my DMs, I could use some help. For anybody watching this later, I need a real number. I have not been able to find that data. So, all good things.
Have you already sent that? Have you sent that, Lefty, or are you sending that?
My last tweet? Oh, the one about I need a clean margin sheet. I need somebody to help me work on a margin problem.
Okay.
So, but at any rate, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I look forward to doing this again. Next week is much cleaner. I apologize. Today was the only day I could get this thing done. So, rock on. I'll catch up at the end, boys.
Peace, Lefty. Well, you got me and Muck. Hey, Muck, by the way, I guess I closed my crude long a little too quickly. It is now, it's up $1, more than $1 from where I bought it at.
Hey, look at that!
I sold it out for 20 cents, but I don't know where she's at because
I don't know.
Coming off an app. So
I don't know if the people heard it, but I added to an AMC weekly put position at $16. So I just think if this whole market stays red, which it looks like we're gonna shit into the close, even more, I think AMC gets killed. I have a day on it. I bought them for 12 cents. I'm looking to get 25 cents out of them. Call it a win. I was gonna say before he left, he did post something about the cross. I'm not due to like they have to update their systems.
Muck, you gotta feed the gerbils. Feed the fucking gerbils.
Oh shit!
Jesus fucking Christ!
Hold on. Oh, there I go. There, we're back. No, he said something about the American Red Cross can't handle Vax blood because they have to do like a whole bunch of system updates. I found that interesting. It's just more because if you knew a lot of people were getting vaxxed who give, let's just say the correlation between people who are on the left side and giving blood is way higher than the people on the right side giving blood. It seems like you would set that up, that your shit would be able to handle vaccinated blood, and they didn't. And that's just kind of mind-boggling for me.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, Muck. Really, I mean, Muck the coder ring on. Holy shit! If anybody fucking understood that, send my DMs are open. You can just send me an explanation of what the fuck Muck was talking about because I have no idea. None. Zero.
I'm talking about the political leanings of people who donate blood. Skew more to the left.
Oh, is that right? All right.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay.
And what I'm saying is that the American Red Cross came out and said that they're not taking a lot of blood from people who are vaccinated because their system can't be updated. They put this on their Twitter.
Oh, I did not see this. Now, I will tell you, first off, I'm a blood donor and I'm not left or right. But because I'm A positive, so relatively universal, relatively not as good as A negative. But
I found that funny that they weren't ready for people.
I'm not sure that that's the case about Muck. I've given, I haven't had the second booster, but I had the first 2 shots and also had the first booster, and I've given blood twice since then and never received it. And believe me, I get notices all the fucking time asking for more blood. So
maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I misread what they put on their Twitter which, you know, I mean, it is me, so that's a logical assumption that I misread it.
Fucking look at crude. Crude is now at 104.30. Holy, this happened right live on this show.
I mean, of course, crude rallies when I say like everything is gonna go, everything. Just fade me, people.
We all this other bullshit aside, you could have just bought a crude contract, rolled it out, and had a good day and been done.
Yeah.
Could just sell it right here, take your money.
I'm just telling people, if I tell you the whole market shit, just buy it across the board. I'm the biggest fade on the planet. I don't know how I make the money I make. It is pathetic, but I do. Maybe it's because I don't say all my trades out loud.
Maybe that's what it is. Post that P&L, pal.
I mean, if I didn't, so I have a kind of illiquid options position in a mortgage REIT, and I have 239 days on it. So even though 0 contracts have showed today, the spread on it has me in the negative. So if I didn't have that negative one, negative $1,900 on there, I'd have a positive day. But no contracts have traded, so I don't really consider that an anything. So yeah, up a little bit.
So anyway, crude did at 2:30. Crude settled at 103.79. I expect we're going to see it sell off after that. Now, I will tell you that means that people that were in the pits were going long.
I have it at 104.09.
Well, that's what it's at now. But what I'm saying is there's actually a NYMEX pit that still exists. That's open, that they live trade every day.
So can you trade that against settles? I wonder if you can.
I don't know enough. I don't know enough to speak for.
I have visitors coming to my house. They are my parents because they're looking at buying houses down here, and they are here. So I'm going to be leaving, but I think we should do this again tomorrow and get a longer segment with Left Dash.
Well, I don't know that he's available tomorrow. That would be fine. I should be around, but I should be around next week because I'm not tremendously ambulatory at the moment. But anywho, that's about it. Well, thanks, Mark.
Yeah, I got golf at 6 a.m., so I should be good to come after that. So, all right, guys. People, have fun. Live healthy. Rock on.
Peace.